All right, what up, Bomb Squad? Welcome to another YouTube video here. My name is Corey Baumeister, and today we're going to be playing a little bit of a special video here because this is not really a full-on like tournament stream, but not really as casual as like a league stream. We're going to be playing the deck that I still recommend for Modern. I'm getting ready for the Mox qualifier this weekend. Which means I do need some qualification or qualifier points. I think I only have like 50, something like that. Yeah, and I know there's 2 Moxes this weekend that I want to prepare for. So we're going to be playing a Modern preliminary event. Those of you who don't know what these events are, you play 4 rounds. If you win all 4, you get a ton of qualifier points that get you into certain tournaments where the only way to enter these tournaments is with qualifier points. So but the main thing is it's good competition because, well, people are trying. The value on these tournaments are not great, so it's not like people are just kind of playing them for fun. So you usually get pretty good competition, so it's good practice. So that's what we're going to be doing. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about 4-color elementals. I made some changes with Streets of New Capenna, but not a lot. Only one Streets of New Capenna card actually made it to the deck, and yeah, it's a headquarters. So nothing too exciting as far as new additions. I tried out Titan of Industry, didn't like it. As I figured, it's just too expensive. Modern is not about that kind of gigantic thing. If I'm going to play a gigantic thing in the main deck, I'm going to play Emrakul. So, not for me, although, some games you're going to play it, it's going to be amazing, but it's still 7 mana, and it's a lot of green, which makes it kind of difficult, so going into the mana base, that's the only thing I changed. I got rid of the other Triome, the Jeskai Triome, because Jeskai one is just okay. I don't want to play 3 Triomes, essentially. Headquarters Triomes, whatever. But the Bat one is actually the best, I have a lot of green, I have a lot of blue, and I have a lot of white cards, especially for early on, And if I have Unholy Heats and Bolts, I get the Teamer one. So I have no need to really be playing all 3 of them. So that's the only change to the mana base. As far as all of this, I think this is all the same that I've played. I've recently switched from Autumn Burchett's list, where she dominated a tournament. I then copied her list, had success at an SCG, and then I've been continuing to play it and continue to change the deck. One addition is an additional Unholy Heat. The card usually is just fine. There's not a lot of 3/3s. Besides like Asmore was the only card that I actually ran into a problem. I still slaughtered that deck. But I couldn't kill it on the spot, but most of the time it's either killing Regavan. I guess a DRC with Delirium is probably the biggest one now that I think about it. But we got plenty of ways to deal with that anyways, plus that card's on the decline, and Unholy Heat can also kill Omnath or Primeval Titan, any of the big stuff, because this isn't the hardest deck to get Delirium. It's not the easiest, I'll tell you that. We have 3 Ephemerates being able to combo with Fury and Solitude, as well as Endurance, and then just be a over-the-top blink effect whenever you have like a Risen Reef down. We have, as far as our 1-drops go, Abundant Growth, Utopia Sprawl, and Oath of Nissa. Good split of all of them. Abundant Growth definitely the best because we want to fix our mana base. Then we have 4 Wrenn and 6, best card in the deck, not particularly close. This one is amazing, helps fix our deck, helps get us back fetch land so that whenever we play Omnath, we can, make sure we have that fetch land to play to gain that mana advantage. And, that's really the MO of this deck, is try to line up those things. Still loving 4 Eladamri's Call. This is a card that you get to pitch to either Endurance or Solitude, but it also finds these really, really impactful cards. The 2 biggest one for game 1 is Magus of the Moon and Endurance. Those come up a lot for game 1 as far as matchups that are bad for us that are only solved by Eladamri's Call. I'm talking Living End, I'm talking Dredge, and I'm talking Tron. All of those, you can just win the game by going turn 2 Eladamri's Call, turn 3, play one of these cards, GG. And outside of that, it just on turn 2 searches for Risen Reef to curve into that. Later in the game gets Omnath for those big over-the-top turns, or gets Fury or Solitude when you need to deal with some creatures. So Eladamri's Call, I'm usually a really big hater on that style of card. Just 2 mana, do nothing, but just replace itself. It's a cantrip, it's a glorified cantrip, essentially. But in this deck specifically, I think it's amazing. We also have a lot of one-ofs in the board that it's really good to search for as well, that we'll get to a little later. A couple Ice Fang Coatls. We have 5 Snow Basics here to help out. This is just a nice bridge gap if you don't have Ren. It can also, you know, kill some big stuff, block Ragavan, all that stuff. It's probably the card next to be cut, if I had to be real. You know, I could see this coming and being something else, but as it stands now, I just like where this deck's at. And there's no need to make any changes, but I do think it's like the, you know, 78th, 79th card or so. Then we have 4 Teferi Time Raveler. I think Teferi is still at an unbelievable spot in the metagame. This is the card that brought me to this deck originally, just because it's so good against Cascade decks, and also just a fine Magic card. So I gotta love that. Risen Reef. We are just a Reefer deck. You want to make sure to play this on turn 3, and then whenever you play your pitch elementals, it's like they're just free. You know, it's like it's just a free spell because you get a card back. Risen Reef is excellent in this deck. Got that Magus of the Moon for a lot of situations. Urza Saga and Tron being the major ones. Also decent against Amulet. Omnath is definitely the best creature in the deck. You know, second best card to Ren and 6. Omnath is just completely obscene. I love that one. Solitude and Fury. And then 3 Prismatic Endings. I did move one of these to the sideboard. It's just okay, you know, and there's a certain matchups where it's a lot worse. And it's like sometimes just dead, you know, and more matchups. It's just a not so great card these days. So I moved one to the sideboard. It's still there because some matchups it's amazing. Now let's take a look at the sideboard. We are a Yorion deck, of course, so we have that. And then I added another Chalice, just for, not even for Rhinos. I'm not afraid of that deck. I am afraid of Living End. It can just beat you. I think it's one of the best decks. It's for sure tier 1. I think this is a clear tier 1 deck as well. But Living End, I think people need to be respecting it at this point because it's a good deck and people will play it. 1 Memory Deluge for grindy matchups. Love that card. Definitely a grindy card as well here for Emrakul. Couple Dovin's Vetoes for a lot of things. Control, Cascade, you know, maybe Storm, a decent amount of things. Meddling Mage for another, that's a good creature to search up for against Cascade decks. You know, a decent amount of applications as well. This card just comes in when there's just one tricky, hard to deal with card for us. A couple Veil of Summers for black and blue decks, you know, counter spells versus Thoughtseize decks. Sometimes you don't bring it in on the draw against Thoughtseize decks, is what I've been learning. 2 more Endurance for Murktide, Death Shadow, Dredge, Living End. Endurance is one of the best cards right now, and this is kind of the main reason why I'm not a Grixis Death Shadow fan right now, is everyone's playing for Endurance, so yeah, it's in a rough spot, even though I do miss my shadows. And then I added the 4th Fury to the board, just for creature matchups instead of the Supreme Verdict, because I thought that was a little narrow and a little tough to cast. So, all right, let's play round number 1 of this Modern Preliminary. Well, 1-0, scoreboard. Way to start recording a video and then get the round 1 bye. So I guess let's play another one. Scoreboard. All right, I guess we actually have to play this round. You know, getting a round 1 bye, I guess, you know, you can't get 2 of them. You can't get 2 of them, so I guess we do got to play. So, we are playing this Modern Prelim. I want to 4-0, ideally, because that locks me with enough QPs to play both Moxes this weekend. So let's get it done. All right, now we are gonna be tryharding here, because, you know, not only is this a deck where you have to click pretty fast, but it also is just a deck that takes a lot of concentration. Just a really hard deck to play, but a really fun one as well. So this hand's a keep. 2 lands Ren. That's it. That's it. You don't even have to look at more. Of course, we can get Thoughtseize or something, and that would not be ideal. As far as lands go, when none of them are red, it doesn't really matter. Actually, it doesn't matter even if they were red because we don't have the basic mountain. Or the snow-covered mountain, I should say. Mishra's Factory, eh? Okay. So, now it is either one of the triomes. It's definitely one of the triomes into something. The new equation with this triome would be this into what? Blue-red? Or we get Ketria triome into green-white? Or we get Bant into red-white? I think I might like Bant into red. No, I want to be able to for sure have Risen Reef. The problem is it just doesn't matter. Because Ren is going to resolve and it's going to bring it back, our mana problems are going to be over. You just got to make sure you can cast Ren here, and it's all good. Okay, that does change things, because now we can ramp here. So, if I go green-white with this, I go green onto this and choose red. Yeah, that was best possible. So yeah, let's go green-white. It has to be a forest. Green, white, red. Yes, this is perfect. Okay. Utopia Sprawl on this. Naming red. Green, red, Ren. And now we'll tick up. On a flooded strand, doesn't really matter the land, and then we'll say go. Now, what are we up against? I don't know what Mishra's Factory played. Death and Taxes, I guess, is my best guess. But, I mean, I pray it's Death and Taxes. We have a hand that's good against that. But, okay. Gruel. That was rude. That was rude. Rude. But nothing much we're going to do about that. I guess we can just get a triome, huh? So we might as well do that. Okay. So now it's just going to be a Risen Reef. And doesn't, once again, matter too much. We can get one of our basics, or we can get something that adds red. I think a basic is fine this time. Basic plains. Most of the time, I debate so hard because I don't want to make a mana problem. And then it just comes down to, like, it just doesn't matter when you have Ren, at least. So, I'll put that into play. We'll return... yeah, it doesn't matter. Once again. All right, then we'll say go. Did a good job ramping, even though they Boseju'd us, which was kind of an LD spell, but not that big of a deal. Okay. Okay. I'm scared. Did I just die? Guess I technically don't die because I can Solitude, but wow. That's not fun. So we have to Solitude. Can I Solitude one other target creature? Okay, so I do have to Solitude this. Yeah. God, that's lame. Alright, I'm at 1. Alright, well, I thought our opponent was just on some kind of aggro deck, but the fact that our opponent is on some weird combo deck, calibrated blast with just big stuff, I guess, that makes this pretty bad for us. I can't crack these lands, so I can get back Temple Garden. And I guess, since if they just have another one, I die. But there's not much I can do about that. So I'll go like this. And ticking up doesn't do me anything. Or I mean, ticking down doesn't do me anything. There's nothing I'm drawing to prevent. Oh! I have to stop this, huh? Oh, I'm just going to lose to this? Oh, dang it. Alright, well, I guess I punted to just losing to the factory. Not that well, I mean, maybe I would have won, I don't know. But yeah, they can just fire up factory. I mean, honestly, they have Ramunag Ruins too, so... Okay, they are going for something. Yeah, that'll do it too. Alright, well. This was stupid. This was quite stupid. I guess we're dead. And it's a red card, so our Magus doesn't do anything. Is it just Calibrate? I don't know this deck for what it's worth. So I'm going to do a little online research. Because it is a smart thing to do. This isn't our opponent, but it is just large things. And that's it. So if we can beat Calibrated Blast, then we should be fine. So I am going to be bringing in Meddling Mage. Delvin's Vetoes. And that's pretty much it. Silly. Silly. But yeah, it did well on a challenge. I guess they have Besagus to fight through this. So maybe I do... Magus just doesn't seem good enough. I have a lot of cards that aren't good enough, though. That's the problem. I will take Memory Deluge. I guess if we ever get 6 mana and we just name this. Meddling Mage is the hard lock, though. Like, it looks like they just do not have a way to deal with that. So if I can Meddling Mage, that should be GG. Otherwise, they just have 15 drops. What a stupid deck. What a stupid deck. Our Prismatic Endings are dead. So anything that attacks, it's looking like we just have to have in. Stupid. Quaddle is fine. I guess we don't need bolts. Except for the lands, but that seems loose. So we'll just bring in a Fury since it's a creature. And we'll go like that. We don't have the best thing. I guess our plan is just straight up get Meddling Mage into play on Calibrated Blast and profit. Okay. What a weird modern prelim so far. We have a bye, and now we're just playing against this nonsense. Okay, we do have Eladamri's Call. We are short on land, so if they Besage us, it's kind of bad, but I kind of think this is still worth it, because we just get to turn 2 Eladamri's, and then turn 3 Meddling Mage. And, you know, if we top deck a land, then obviously it's all good. Let's give it a shot. In theory, this should just be GG. They could, like, Besage us, though. So let's go like this. Topia Sprawl on white. And say go. Calibrated Blast. Oh, God. Okay. Land. Yeah, I don't think it's worth the risk. So I guess we just say go. And play a Meddling Mage. Oh, God. Alright, green-white, Eladamri's Call. For Meddling Mage. Land. Dang it. Blue-white, Meddling Mage. Calibrated Blast. Yep. And good luck, I guess. Now you gotta hard cast those Emrakuls and stuff. Okay, and we're gonna find out. Mess around and find out. Mess around and find out, as the kids say. Okay, there we go. So, now what are the lands? So they could put in a Silkazin. So I can't attack when they have 4 mana. And they can Otawara. Okay, that is a problem. They can Otawara me. So this is not completely safe. But Okay, so let's go like this. Let's go green, white. Let's put this here and go blue. Oh, shoot, shoot, shoot. No, I meant Utopia Sprawl. Dang it. Ugh, gross. Well, I can do this now, and it's kind of the same. I could have got Teferi in play. All right, let's put it here. White. No, it's already on white, so white, blue, whatever, red, so I guess blue, right? White, green, red, blue. Yeah. So let's do that, and then we can Omnath next turn, which should be quite good because we can just get out of range of one Calibrated Blast, and then if they bounce Meddling Mage, then we can just replay it. Because, yeah, they have Otawara. They have Otawara, Besejus. They just have all the channel lands. So now I cannot attack with this. So green, blue. Nope. Red, blue. Green, white. Omnath. And we'll play this tapped and say go. Can't attack because I don't want to run into the land. And now if they Otawara into Calibrated Blast, it's not enough. Because I'll just take 15, right? And then I just replay it. Unless they can do it twice. Which I don't think they can, so I just get to replay this. It's Calibrated Blast to a creature as well. To any target. So they could just kill Omnath if they're vibing. Okay. Where you at? Where you heading? So it's only the 12. Okay, killed Omnath. Yeah, I mean, this all screams like we're actually sitting okay, right? Okay, so Meddling Mage plus 4 mana. So I can just Memory Deluge here. I think that's better than Teferi. So that's on blue. Yep, okay. Calibrated Blast. What a weird match. All right. Here's this. And then we'll say go. And now they're going to try to do the same thing. Just rinse and repeat. Blue. Memory Deluge. Eladamri's Call times 2. Seems fine for me. Okay, so now green, white. And then I can Omnath. Oh, shit. This is on blue. Because of this stupid basic, I can only Omnath, but can't gain the life. So does that change what I want to do? Let's look at our sideboard for our creatures. We can... I guess Magus should be in, because this would be a good Magus turn, to be honest. So we can get Endurance. Endurance and play it. 1, 2, 3. And then have 2 mana open to Eladamri's Call as well. Yeah, I like it. Okay, here we go. See if they do anything to Meddling Mage. Plus, remember, we're just alive. You know, they can't kill us in one hit. 4, 5, 6. Could also just flashback Memory Deluge. What are they casting now? Guess they can just cast one of these cards. Yep. Not a big deal for us. Okay. Yeah, it's just a Death Shadow, essentially. We'll be bouncing that. Alright, end step. God, I actually do just think I want a Memory Deluge now. Yeah, sure. Deluge. Solitude, and don't really care about any of these cards. So let's just get an Abundant Growth. Okay. So now let's go green, white. The Ephemerate should lock it up. Eladamri's Call for Omnath. White. Red, blue, green. Gusher Hands. We can get a basic Plains here. We want to conserve our life total a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. Just want that Plains left over. We'll use the green to Abundant Growth this. We'll Teferi this. Bounce this. Then we'll attack. And, yeah, here we go. Don't think they have any basic lands as well, so our Boseiju is just an LD spell. Let's get rid of Fury. Not a very good card. Yep. Okay, we figured out the recipe. Don't deal ourselves too much damage. Get Meddling Mage in play. Profit. The Ephemerates to be able to protect it is pretty good too. And I guess let's just get rid of some more expensive stuff. Yeah. What a weird deck. All right, game 3. I would like to reveal this bird. I don't know why my bird's so small. This doesn't do anything. Even though it's a good hand. Ugh. These are the hands I just hate mulliganing. Because like, yes, snap this off. It's amazing. Our opponent did mulligan. They need 2 calibrated blasts. Plus we have Ren to make sure we get a bunch of lands. We have Endurance to deal with one. So they literally have to just draw 2 calibrated blasts since we have Endurance. Ugh, and we can just draw one of our cards. All right. I don't have it in me to mulligan. Let's get a little lucky, I guess, or we'll be thoroughly punished for our stupid decisions. All right, our opponent did mulligan 5. We like that. Now let's try to stay above 15, no matter what. Not a good draw. Okay. So I can get just a green here. Yeah, and they try to nickel and dime you with this. All right. 18. Ren. Uh-oh. How much am I taking? Yes! 3! I figured that could happen, right? Alright, but now I'm still dead to another calibrated blast, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, that was decent. So I can get Risen Reef down. I think that's better than this. Alright, Risen Reef. Get a land. Tick up. Say go. Hope we're not dead. No. Okay, we could be dead. Oh, there's so many 15s. We're likely dead. No! What a stupid deck. What a stupid deck. All right, I guess we should have mulliganed. Ugh. I knew we were going to be regretting this. We didn't even have anything good coming. Dang it. All right. Yeah, I think this is another matchup just like Living End where you just have to mulligan to your impactful cards. Mulligan to Eladamri's Call. And then, you know, if that Wrenn was Eladamri's Call and, you know, we just played Meddling Mage, they're so far behind. Instead, I just let them have 2 Calibrated Blasts for the win. Even if we didn't take a Pain, we would have been at 1. Ugh. All right. Well, we're 1-1. We'll play the next one. Hopefully we can get it. All right, everyone. Let's get that loss, and I will say punt out of our way because that was a hand we should have mulliganed. Didn't have it in me, and we lost because of it. So we're getting that out of our mind now, and we're going to just try to win round number 3 here. Okay, looks like we are on the draw, but our hand is fine. Nothing amazing, you know, aka we don't have red, but that's kind of it. Otherwise, it's just fine. A little slow, we don't have Wrenn, so there can be some problems just because even if we draw Wrenn, we can't cast it on 2. But still not a hand I'm going to be mulliganing in the dark. Our opponent has no companion, and on a 60-card deck, of course, they'd have Yorion as well, but still going to keep, and we'll see what we're up against. Easily could be Living End with that, and we have our one of our 2 endurances. Okay, is this the Shadow of Death, maybe? Okay, our hand does not really pass the Ragavan test too well. Guess it does, but it's not ideal. There's the Wrenn. So now we have a decision to make. It's either 2 for 1 ourselves by playing an Endurance and blocking this, or wait until we have Ice Fang. The thing is we don't really cast Wrenn well, so, you know, pitching Wrenn and then ephemerating here actually seems like not the worst play to deal with Ragavan. Then we have a 3-4. You know, I'm gonna go for it because Ragavan is that annoying. Especially because if I were to Quaddle and they kill the Quaddle, then all of a sudden I'm just in a bad spot. And then they've made 2 treasures. Here, Endurance should be able to survive. And block this Ragavan, and then we'll have a blocker. So I'm going to Endurance. Going to be a very awkward Endurance because we also have to ephemerate here. Yeah, not the best use of all this, I'll tell you that. Especially because we can't even cast Quaddle next turn, but it does stop Ragavan and future Ragavans. But we did get rid of a lot of cards just to make sure Ragavan didn't connect, so this might not be the best play either. We'll see. All right. So, Caves. This leads me to believe this is just a Rakdos deck. Or Castle, I mean. Not Caves. Yeah. Okay. Dothy. Now the question is, do we care to exile just a Ragavan, or would we rather get some damage in? I think I'd rather get damage in. Try to win this race. All right, that was not a bad draw. So now I'm going to play this, and we're going to give the beatdowns. And now we have Ice Fang into Omnath. The plane was just extra brutal if it was like a Temple of Garden or something. I guess it'd have to be a blue, like a Hollowed Fountain or a Fetch Land. But no such luck. I think this matchup overall shouldn't be so bad for us. We just bring in every card that deals with turn 1 Ragavan and then just good solid cards like Endurance. Endurance is kind of an all-star against them. Yep. That's a good Magic card though, I'll tell you that. We'll probably be slowing up on our attacking now, especially if they get 2. Okay. And there's Croxa in the yard. Not the worst because, well, believe it or not, your Omnaths usually die. We'll hold this back and we'll say go. And now turn 4 Omnath is awesome to play if you have another one backed up, because like people are like, I have to kill that, especially when you get to represent the old bird serpent. A Kroxa. Well, we will play this to start and pretty much discard whatever we draw, but that does allow them to Voidwalker. That's perfect, because that is not a good card. We'll have to take 3, so it's not the best, but not the worst. All right, Forest is gone. We have no graveyard. Kroxa's getting close. Well, they're Mardu. Mardudu, eh? But hopefully they're out of steam. That's coming in. That's pretty much it. All right. Hello. All right. Elementals. Red, white, green, blue. Here's Omnathington. And if we're really afraid, we could cast Fury, but like I said, it's pretty likely that our Omnath is going to die and we're going to want a replacement. So I'm just going to say go. And then if we go Omnath into land, gain 4, into Fury, that should be good enough. And they're still a little ways away from Kroxa. So as it stands now, we're doing okay, but I just imagine it's a Terminator on an Omnath now. Dashed Ragavan. Wow. Okay, they're just filling their graveyard now, so we got to be conscious of that. AK, even if we block just, I mean, we have to block Ragavan. That's just what it is. And now the question is, do we want to block with Omnath when they could likely hit us with a Lightning Bolt and then play Omnath? Not really. So no matter what, if they have Fatal Push, they'll be able to trigger this. So I am going to put Endurance here. Can put Endurance here and Coatl here. Take 3. And then Omnath doesn't die to a Lightning Bolt. They could play Ice Fang Coatl, but I don't really care about that. Yeah, this looks fine to me. Because I don't want them to have an Omnath. That's the one thing. That's bad for me. And now they have to sack this if they want to. Yeah, hey, see, we did it. We did it. So they could Endurance us, I guess. Wouldn't recommend it. Okay, so let's see what we can draw. Ren. Pretty weak. So now they are gonna get back Kroxa. And I can't even cast this. So I do think I want to 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they can just bring back Kroxa. I can discard this. And then I can play Fury. I just do nothing this turn. I guess I do get to buy Yorion. Okay, that's not so bad. Yeah, all right. So, gain a little bit of life. Yeah, Ren has been awful with Voidwalker anyways. So yeah, let's get Bird Serpent. And now if we can get a fetch land, we can go Fury into Yorion, game's over. What are they trying to do? They have 3 cards available. They can Ice Fang me, Endurance. I'm sure they're just doing nothing because not the best play for them. I'm happy we played around the Lightning Bolt, though, because otherwise they just have an Omnath, which would be scary to deal with. So instead, let's go like this, and we'll say go. Bring it, Croxa. Can't imagine they wouldn't want to play Croxa here. Just doing the Graven claims. Okay, got to keep an eye on a Den. Not the biggest of deals. I kind of hope they attack with Dothy here. I'd rather take 3 damage than them be able to like play an Endurance or something. Oh, wow. Just played Seasoned Pyromancer. Just to draw cards and oof. Yikes. They can do some things with Voidwalker. Yikes. They could Yorion their battlefield. Fury. Yeah, then they can play Fury if they want. Okay. Oh, stupid. I would have rather them had Croxa, to be honest. Okay, well, I think we might need a fetch land now. Might need something. Big draw. Solitude. Okay. Is that good enough on its own? It's actually not bad, because I can Solitude Fury, block Elemental, and then attack with it, and then Yorion Blink to kill Croxa. Alright. They have to see it coming, but if they don't... And by see it coming, I mean just not attack with the Elemental. That changes the math by quite a bit. Instead, I just take 4. Otherwise, I take 1. And I recognize the Moto name, so I think our player is a competent player. Now, Dothy looked good there. Then our hand is good. If we ever get a fetch land, we are popping off. So now, what is that last card? It's going to be a big one. Because if it's just Croxa, attack with these, sure. This looks like a Croxa. Our play is so suspicious. So, like this should be pretty easy to see through, to be honest, if our opponent is thinking. Yes. Okay, now let's hope they just don't have a removal spell. Okay. Cast. Gotta hit Fury. Block this. Take 1. Fetch land. Ooh. No fetch land, but... So I think we just have to Yorion to get this clear, and then the battlefield's pretty stable. And then we follow it up with Nathington. Okay. Get Croxa out of here. You can have as much life as you want. Say go, and now if we can untap and get a land with Omnath, we're sitting pretty good. Okay, I like a land. See if they just want to activate Castle or get in with Den. That looks like a Castle. This is a sweet game. God, I love Modern. I have not been able to play enough Modern as I get ready for the Streets of New Capenna Championship. But man, this format is great. What do you got? Be nice. Be nice. Okay. Yeah, they can't really attack with two of them. I do think I just want to block, though. And I might just endurance. Okay. Eladomri's Call is actually pretty good. Because I can just play endurance. Probably should just do it now. And then have Eladomri's Call. For something big. I can just play Omnath instead. And then if I hit a fetch land, it's like insane. And if not, I can always just pitch Eladomri's Call. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for the upside on this one. Blue, white, green, red, Omnath. Fetch land, please. Oh, and I tapped the wrong land. Dang it. Okay, well, we will now say go. And we'll see what they do. Dang it. I have to endurance now. Now we're just going to be handless. But honestly, they would have taken Omnath this way. But I guess I could have Eladomri's Call for the card. So yeah, maybe this was wrong. Let's see if they want to use Seasoned Pyromancer here. I don't really care about the 2 tokens. But yeah, they get a spell too. So yep, now it's just time to top deck a good one. But we can't beat a Croxa. So I have to do this. Hiya! Well, gain some life. Can attack, even though I wish I could. And we'll say go. Now they just have the huge advantage because they have Castle. You know, Castle is going to be excellent for them. Okay. It's a good one too, because they already have some cards. We want a Fury or something. Uh-huh. Could thin out the deck with the fetch land. I guess. Hiya! Dang it. At least every land is 4 life, but not ideal. Every fetch land's 8 life, but no. Yeah, that's bad. Oh, this is a wild game, but we're definitely losing now. That was a solid draw. But with Castle, they're going to draw better than us, so we can't be too mad about that. We're going to be bringing in our Veil of Summer, I'll tell you that. Is it time to get busy with Den? It's a lot of damage. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Next turn it's 12. 3-turn clock. And I'm going to need something right now, and I think it's got to be something powerful like Fury. Can be Eladomri's Call, so we have a lot of Furies in our deck, but... well, I mean, I'll cast my cards, but here we are, Magus of the Moon. A little late. Now Furies? But now we only are a red-white deck, and that's a problem for us, so the Magus is going to hurt us too. Cool, 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 cool. Alright. Now Fury's probably not even enough. Yeah, honestly, if they Dothied after they attacked, it would probably be a pretty... Dothied for Magus, it would have probably been pretty good against us. Yeah, Fury's not enough. Yeah, we don't have enough. I didn't even know they had another card in hand, but alright, you got it. Alright, Rakdos. Bring in everything that kills Regavan. Are they that much of a converted mana cost of one deck? Probably, but I don't want to overdo it on this. Memory Deluge is pretty good as well. Get Magus the hell out of here. Now what else do we want? There's no clear card that we really want to Eladamri's Call for in this matchup. It's like Endurances and stuff is good, but we just want to draw and cast the spells. So we can get those out. Teferi is okay, not amazing. Yeah, I do not think Chalice is good enough. With that philosophy, maybe Memory Deluge isn't good enough either. And probably one Teferi. Teferi does seem good, though. Could see one Ephemerate. Getting rid of one of those. Could also see Utopia Sprawl not being amazing. Yeah, actually, let's get rid of the Utopia Sprawls. Oops. And put them right back in. Yeah, Utopia Sprawls are sometimes the worst card in the deck for Ephemerate and Deluge. So let's try those. We're just basically a stock of an elemental deck up against Rakdos. Alright, so we got to play a little faster here. That was a very long game. Alright, so here's a situation where you usually, you know, you play Abundant Growth on one, but I'm going to try to disguise this Veil as much as I can by playing Flooded Strand, and we'll say go and try to get that sweet, sweet Thoughtseize on turn one. And if we don't, we still get to Prismatic Ending a Ragavan. You know, that's one of the things they're going to play, probably. And then we have Ren to play next turn. But protecting Ren here is too good, because Ren can just win us the game. Yeah, because we might just Ren Ragavan if they don't do that, so. This is a great hand, by the way. Like, maybe best possible. Okay. Thoughtseize, Thoughtseize, Thoughtseize. Kablam! Alright, so green-white or blue-green. I think green-white. And then we can get Steam Vents. Yeah, we disguised this as much as we could. I think we did a good job. Bail. Blow up. Get him a body bag. Okay, I guess we can't get Steam Vents with this, but we can get either red-white or green-red. Green-red, I suppose. And then we'll get another land with Ren, of course. Green, red, Ren. We'll get Flooded Strand so we can get basic Island if we want it to Teferi next turn. And we'll say go. That was sweet. Okay. So let's tick up. Now we have Fury Ephemerate if that comes up, but I think this is just a Teferi turn. We'll get that going. Try to take less damage here as much as we can because we're getting somewhat kind of low. And Teferi against Rakdos, I think we can tick up so we can maybe bounce something. Bouncing Abundant Growth is pretty sweet too. If they don't do anything again. All right. That was a close one. Get them a body bag. Yeah, and I think we'll just... They probably needed land 3 and missed. Still going to leave in Veils. Sometimes on the draw I don't like them, but... Yeah, I don't really want to make any changes here. All right, I really want this win. 2-1 versus 1-2, especially when we got to buy. Not great. Not great, especially when we record this for a YouTube video. I'm publishing it regardless. But... Because honestly, it was a lot of learning lessons in that one match we played already. You know, I should have aggressively mulliganed. I made the mistake, and I got thoroughly punished by, you know, losing on the spot. So it's already good learning lessons. Plus, this round's been pretty sweet, too. That game wasn't that great, of course, but here we are. Okay. Yep. Checked the Ragavan test. When I'm saying that, I'm always just like, can you beat turn 1 Ragavan? You know, pretty self-explanatory. But you got to be able to do that. Plain and simple. That card's too good. Or you better have a damn good hand outside of that, you know? Okay, now is it Thoughtseize? I'd be Thoughtseizing turn 1 100% of the time if my opponent showed me Veil. Alright, let's see if they want to take the Abundant Growth or just Teferi. Or maybe Prismatic Ending, who knows? Probably not taking Solitude. Aggressive. Okay, so we will just say go. We were going to have to awkwardly pick a land here, but now that we drew another Flooded Strand, we can get Ketria Triumph. So we can have red as well. Maybe we still get Bant now that we can have red mana with this, but we'll see. Probably Ketria, because then maybe we can use Boseiju. Not that we really want to, but creature land, it's sometimes good against den or castle and stuff. But usually not ideal. Now, what we hope is that they don't dash Ragavan. Dash Ragavan, I might have to whip this Solitude at it. Because that's just a game plan right now against when you see Prismatic Ending. Okay, that's no big deal. So, yeah, let's just get rid of this island. Take a little damage. They're down to 3 cards. I'm still going to get this Ketria Triumph, I think. Okay. All right, land go. Now we'd like our Teferi to resolve, so we hope they don't have another hand disruption spell. That's our only good card right now. Reactive stuff is okay, but a Liliana would be pretty brutal. That we'd probably have to ending. So we'd probably have to get rid of, you know, either 2 endings for it or a Solitude and an ending. Otherwise, we're probably going to get our other Triumph, the Bant one. Headquarters, whatever. I hate that they're not called Triumphs, to be honest. I really hate that. Maybe our opponent will scoop on turn 3 again. I like that. I liked that last time. That was cool. Yep. God, I wish we had the Veil to punish them. We did not. They're probably taking our Teferi. No land, though. That's good. Okay, get the other Triumph. Hope to top deck Risen Reef. Give me the Reef. Give me the Reef. Give me the Reef. Not the absolute worst, not the absolute best. No, 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 no. Dang it. I went through it. I wanted to buy Yori in there. Forget I have a Yorion. Now I almost don't want to. Yeah, I think I'd rather Endurance and start getting some damage going now. Stop that Croxaplan straight up. Alright, cast. Our opponent has been stuck on lands, and I'm cool with it. Okay, there's Fury. Can't cast that one. Now we have Ephemerate to protect this, but they can't really kill it with anything, so I'm just going to purchase the bird. Oh, it does suck if they draw land because they're probably going to have Liliana, especially after they've missed this many land drops, but what can I do? I mean, I can't progress the battlefield, so yes. We're still not looking good. I mean, they're bricking on lands too, so, you know, they probably have Dothy Voidwalker and stuff like that, but all right, a land is pretty nice. Still can't cast anything. We just want them to play stuff. We have ways to beat their stuff, but we can't play our own stuff. Or if we just draw Risen Reef. Risen Reef is still just the card. Ugh. Actually, that's not the worst, because that'll actually probably give us Solitude targets. Yeah, all right. I'm here for it. Okay. No land? Awkward one for sure. All right, it is time to do a thing. Let's get rid of one of these. Evoke trigger, get rid of this, ephemerate this, make sure it sticks, get rid of this. And now it's the question of, do we want to ephemerate? And I don't think we do. I'd rather attack, and then maybe we Yorion to finish off the last creature. So I'm going to say no. Huh. Okay, that's good. So I could Fury, get rid of this, attack 6, and then next turn Yorion? What are they going to do? Probably cry to that, because you got to beat that. But maybe Yorion is just as good. No, I actually don't think so. So, yeah, okay. Well, that's Fury. We need to get a red mana. We're just trying to end this game before they get their footing. Bam! Kill that elemental. Now we're pretty much out of gas. If they can deal with this, you know, lightning bolt on a couple of these. 2 lightning bolts, land Liliana, and all of a sudden we're dead. We're hoping that this is just too much to overcome and they don't have the perfect answers. You know, I mean, look at Engineered Explosives. Why is that in their deck? That can't be a good card. Yeah. All right, thank God. Thank God. I was like, this is the first modern preliminary thing I've done in at least a long while. I was like, come on, I don't want to start 0-2. That's no fun. So, all right, we're going to play one more round, see if we can accumulate a decent amount of QPs, or if we have to settle for a 2-2 with a bye. Stay tuned. Let's play our final round. Hope to get that W. All right, our opponent is not on a Yorion deck, thank God. I was only a little late to my round. It's a bunch of Eladamri's calls, which isn't the worst. I'm going to keep it, just because we're going to probably Eladamri's call for Risen Reef. This hand is... If we were on the draw, I think I'd snap mulligan this, but on the play, we'll give it a shot. So we'll go like this. We're going to have to get white, so probably just the Bant land. Okay. Bant, Bant, Bant. And then we'll just say go. I'm not going to try to kill that goose or anything. Ooh! Yes! Okay, that was best possible. Mana problems are over. I'm very lucky. Here's a Wren. Alright. Tick up. I'll say go. Alright, things are looking up. Things are looking up. Oh, is this Yogg? Okay, this is supposed to be a good matchup for us. Supposed to be. I think I will do it. Let's get that card out of there. But the last time I played it was in the finals of that 10K. And believe it or not, I did not win. Okay, so let's go like this. Then I'm going to... I think I can just get a Plains here. Or I can get the tapped Triome. There's nothing I'm going to want to ephemerate right away. So yeah, okay. Tap Triome. And we'll see what we want to get. Tick up. Say go. Now we could get Solitude and Solitude something if we need. I'd prefer to not have to. We might just Eladamri's Call for Omnath or Risen Reef. We'll see. Hopefully we don't have to do it for Solitude and then pitch something, but... Okay. But if we want to Fury Ephemerate and just deal with everything, that's another line. Because just making sure we control their resources is kind of the name of the game here. Yeah, like I said, the person I played in that final round was a pretty, you know, a pretty good Yawgmoth player, and they said this is the matchup they wanted to play least. I haven't played it very often, so I don't really know, but it would make sense that it's good. Okay. So, green, white, Eladamri's Call. Still don't know. I guess I'm going to do Risen Reef. Because if I hit a red card, I can Fury plus Ephemerate. So we can just get a Plains here. And if we don't, we still have Ephemerate for this, and it's okay. White. I guess we kind of have to get lucky to hit a red card, and then this is very good, but whatever. Okay. All right. Here is a Fury. We will put the evoke trigger on the back. 2, 1. Oh, wow. We drew like gods with a very not so great keep. Okay, so endurances, no. Get endurances out of there. Same with Magus. I don't think it's that good. Let's bring in Fury, Prismatic Ending. Then I guess we don't have a lot. So maybe we do want Magus just to fill the slot. Endurance is not good. Meddling Mage for Yogg is okay, but they have so many other ways to put it into play. I think it's probably better than Magus, but there's got to be some other bad cards. Not really. Eladamri's Call is, you know, most of the time I like to take it out whenever there's not a specific card I want, but now it's just kind of Fury is that specific card, where usually it's like, okay, you want Meddling Mage, you want Endurance, you want Magus, you want Emrakul, but yeah, we'll just do this. Try to beat the Yogg. Yogg, Yogg, Yogg. All right, and remember everybody, if you like this deck in action, I have a sideboard guide in my Patreon below. There's a link. You know, I went through, I think, 12 matches with my updated list. You know, I still think this is the best deck. At least the best deck for me. I think it's in that tier 1 pool of like 3-4 decks that, like, whatever your play style is. If you're an Izzet Murktide player, you know, play that, that's fine. It's a strong deck, even though the numbers haven't been great on it. Same with Yogg, you know, all the kind of top decks. And I'm kind of diving back into Modern here for at least a little bit this month. I have no Modern tournaments this month, so not totally focusing on that in the Patreon. We're also focusing on Standard and Historic in the Patreon right now to get ready for the Streets of New Capenna Championship. And then we're going to start diving into Pioneer. So it's kind of variety month here in the Patreon. So if that's worth it to you, that family tier or higher will get you the sideboard guide action and all the other stuff. So, all right. Thanks, everyone. Okay, let's battle. Ren's a good Magic card. So I think I'm going to keep. But it's not amazing. And I could easily get destroyed with this hand, but it's a keep. The youngest wolf. Okay. All right, we'll play this and we'll say go. We might just Meddling Mage next turn on Yogg, depending if they play like a wall or something. Or a Blood Artist. It's not the worst, actually. Yeah, that's maybe best possible for me, because I'm just going to Ren that. And I hope they don't have Stranglegeist, but we have the other one, so it's not the biggest deal. We'll get Ketria. You somewhat have to be aware of your life total with fetch lands and stuff, but not really. Okay, so I could just see getting a Forest. Forest is kind of loose, though. Temple Garden seems better. And just take the hit for now? Yeah, let's just do a Temple Garden. Then we can get basics from there on out. You want a good building blocks of your lands, depending on the matchup. You know, if we were up against Burn, you know, we're not taking any damage if it's up to us. Green, white, red, green, Ren, kill, your go. All right, no grist is what we would like to see. No grist. No grist, no grist, no grist. Okay, protection from red and white. Okay, that is a Magic card. I don't know if that's the absolute biggest deal, but it is good. Yeah, I can't Solitude it. I mean, I can block with a... I guess I can't block with Endurance either. Okay. Yeah, that's a card. So let's bring this back. And we'll play this. Then I will say go. We're going to lose Ren probably to the youngest of the wolves, but that's okay. Then we can Eladamri's Call for something. Probably just old Omnath. Yeah. Do they want to poison me or do they want to... Yep. Sure. Yeah, wow. All my removal is red and white, so that is kind of spicy. I'm just thinking, like, what can I do to that? I can block with Endurance. I guess let's look. Teferi can't touch it. Yeah, I can just block with things. But yeah, even Endurance doesn't touch it, and I sided those out, so I guess I just have to race it? Scary. Can get, like, you know, I can Eladamri's Call for Ice Fang Quaddles and stuff to, like, buy time. Risen Reef is another card. But here I think it's just Omnath trying to set stuff up. Don't know if we're going to play it this turn. I might Ren plus Meddling Mage. Meddling Mage on Yawgmoth and Ren this seems okay. So we need blue, green, red, blue, white. Yeah, blue is fine. Yeah, that's a scary Magic card. Huh. Okay. So we don't care about the Young Wolf anymore. We can officially contain that with Omnath. It's just this card. White's the same too, right? White, green, blue, red. And white still casts Meddling Mage. Yep, okay. All right, white, blue, Meddling Mage. Yawgmoth. It's the Physician, right? Gotta double check. That would be silly. Yeah. Okay. Red, green. On the play, I'm not as afraid of this. All right, and then on Nathington, to be able to draw cards, gain some life, pull ahead a little bit. But then, you know, it's going to be on Quaddles and Risen Reef. We're going to have to draw some of them at some point. To be able to answer... Wow, didn't sack that. That's scary. Didn't sack Peatland. I mean, worst case is another Crusader, I guess, right? Uh-oh. Cord for 3 for another Crusader? Oh, shit. Okay. Well. Yeah, please deal with Ren. No, okay. Pro red. That might not be the worst. Green, red, blue, Omnath. Yeah, let's go like this. Nathington. Let's go like this. I guess we just start with an Ephemerate now. Try to find a Risen Reef. Okay. Boseiju, another Ren. Bad cards regardless. Here's that. I guess we'll pick this up and we'll say go. Now, yeah, I guess we're in trouble. I think I have to bring in Endurances. I mean, I guess we just name Phyrexian Crusader, huh? I'm gonna get poisoned? Not cool. Well, we have so much value, it's just probably not going to be enough. So Eladamri's call for Risen Reef is the start, though. God, if only we found this a little bit sooner. Wait, Eladamri's call. It's gotta be Risen Reef. Yeah, and we probably have to find a Quaddle. Okay, that's a Quaddle. So we've done it to stay alive for a turn, but doesn't even matter. So we get to attack here. Okay, so 5 mana Eladamri's for just another Risen Reef. But we can't Yorion, but that's okay. So green, white, blue, red. So we do just need a green mana. So here, green. Yes. Green, white. Eladamri's for Risen Reef. Okay. Put this into play. Tapped. Take 4. Here's one more. Can't play a land and then say go. Opponent controls. I was going to say, dang it, I could LD myself. So now we can block and stay alive as long as they don't have something. Oh, is it all that? Wait, yeah, they killed one of their Crusaders? Okay. Now this Quaddle like works? Okay. Now I think they have to block. Oh my god, are we gonna win this? So, we have to kill this. Blue, oh my god, this is gonna be a beautiful end to this video if we win. And it's looking good. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. Get that out of there. Greenland again. Okay. Now we want to attack. Okay. God, we're one short with just killing them with Wrens. So here's this. 4 mana. So we want to make sure that's 5 plus. So we will have 1 extra mana to Abundant Growth. So we can Abundant Growth here. If we hit Wren, we win the game. 3 mana, 4, 5. Yeah, we can Yorion plus this. Okay. Yeah, no such luck. Ping to the face. 4, 5, Yorion. Blank, 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 blank. Okay. Put this I guess we could hit Lightning Bolt, so I want to put this here. Yeah, we can hit Lightning Bolt here just for the win. Another Quaddle. Okay. Get rid of Boseiju. Your go. This is going to be the sickest win. I mean, I just think they screwed up so bad by sacking this to Rent. Like, if this second one was in play, we were just dead. Blue Quaddle. Let us block. Let us block. Yes. Okay. I'm F6. Sacrifice that. Yep. Yogg. Yeah! Yes! Yes, yes, yes. Oh, that was a sweet win. They juked us with those Crusaders, but it wasn't enough. We only had 6 total blockers, and we had to block at least 5 times, right? No, 3 times. 3 times we had to block that card, and we got it done. A really, really tight match to end this preliminary at 3-1. I'm happy with that, even though our 1 loss was avoidable. Not saying we would have won, but that first match we played, we should have mulliganed that game 3. That was our detrimental mistake of the league, and that's how tough this deck is. You just can't have mistakes. You know, that's Modern in general as well. That's why usually you see a lot of the same players in the top 8 of these events, because it's a very skill-intensive format, and it rewards knowing your deck. So we made a mistake. We got to recognize it. And mulligan aggressively in those combo style big mana matchups. They're kind of all in one group. You know, it's a bad matchup. This deck, you know, a tap out elementals deck is not going to beat big mana or combo, you know, in theory, but the Eladamri's calls open everything up where now you have game against them because you have these hateful cards, that can just win on their own. And then the tap out elemental Yorion deck should beat every aggro deck with Solitude and Furies. So that's what we did with our 2 aggro matchups, and we didn't play well in the combo matchup. That was tough. So we deserve this only 3-1 instead of 4-0. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. And like I said, if you want to get a more in-depth look on this deck, I got a sideboard guide, as well as I answer any questions in my Patreon about the deck. Got that link below. And then if you want to rent this deck, I got that Mana Traders link below that you can save yourself 15% off your first 2 months to be able to rent this, because this deck, it's expensive. It really is. You don't want to just buy this one and then sell it after not liking it or something, because, well, it's like $1,000 or something. So use the Mana Traders thing to save yourself some money. And as always, you get some bonus points for sharing these videos. And thank you so much for watching, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.